Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the fourth grade concept of representing an unknown quantity. This is standard 4.5a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 23 of the 2025 released STAAR test. This is a new item type called multiple select. And if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we need to select two correct answers. This is a multi-select, and you notice that if I select two, it's impossible for me to select a third. And then if I select just one, it does give me a warning saying you have not selected enough. So let's get both answers correct so we can get both points on this. So there's 187 people on this school trip. Now, when we say it just like that, that lets me think I've got my total right here. So I've got 152 students, 11 teachers, and then the rest are parents. Okay, so I need to find P, the number of parents. And it looks like I've got two different strip diagrams to choose from and then three different equations. So I'm going to guess here that I'm going to have to select one of each. Let's draw the strip diagram first because that's going to help me figure it out. When it says there are 187 people on a school trip, you should think total because then that's going to tell you what our total quantity is. This is a classic setup that we have here on our strip diagram. Now we've got some parts that make up that total. I've got some students, that's the majority of them. I've got teachers, and then an unknown amount of parents. And so I'm just going to make it kind of like this to kind of make it proportional. There's my 152. Those are my students. I'm going to say there's not that many parents as 11, or not that many teachers at 11. And then P is the number of parents. So the rest are the number of parents. We've defined this rest as an unknown. So we're going to call it P for parents. Typically, they'll try to make the unknown a letter that kind of has something to do with the unknown quantity. So P for parents. All right, so you notice I've got this right here. So my parents plus my 11 teachers plus my 152 students equals the 187. And you'll notice that matches this right down here. Okay, so that's going to work. This doesn't work because look at that. That parents would be the 182 plus 152, 187 plus 152 plus 11, and that would be way more than the total of 187. So our answer is that fourth option down there. Now, we need to find another one that works. This one doesn't work because they show two totally different things. Let's look at our equation. Well, I can say that 187 equals 152 plus 11 plus P. But I need to find the number of parents. So how would I find the number of parents? That just kind of sets up both of those as equal. Well, what could I do? Well, I would need to add up these two right here. I would need to do my 152 plus 11. That's 3, that's 6, that's 163. And then I would want to subtract that from 187. So 187 minus the 163, and that's going to get me 24. Okay, so there's 24 parents. So there's more parents than teachers on the trip. Okay. Now, which of these three options get us there? Well, I'm looking for 24. Okay. So I've got my 187, and then I could subtract my 152, and then I could subtract my 11. Well, yeah, that looks like that would kind of get me my P left, so that looks like that might work. Look at this, 187 plus 152 plus 11. That's exactly what this is right here. And that's going to get you a ginormous number. You don't include the total in there when you're adding, because then you're going to be greater than the total. And this is simply the 152 minus the 11, but that's the difference between those two. I need to find out how much from the total it is. So it is going to be that second option and that fourth option. Those are our two answers.